Welcome to TBTV Sport. Today's match comes from the MA Hart Stadium, where Christchurch play Sutton Common Rovers in the FA Vase 4th round. Today's match referee is Craig Robson, and his assistant refs are Mark Bradley and Chris Mannering. Coming up on TBTV Sport, on Tuesday I'm back at the MA Hart for Christchurch against Brockenhurst in the Russell Coates Cup Round 2. Next Saturday it's Poole Town against Western Supermare, and on Sunday I'm covering Talbot Rangers against Portland FC in the FA Sunday Cup 4th round. Finally, on the 25th, it's Brockenhurst against Horndean. Now, back to today's game, and in current form there's not a lot between the two teams. Christchurch are doing well, 4 wins, 1 draw and 1 loss in their last 6, whereas Sutton Common Rovers, 4 wins and 2 losses in their last 6. But it's always difficult when you're comparing teams from different regions because you don't know the strength of the leagues. But on the face of it, it looks like this is facing up to be a fairly even game. So, my music's run out and the wind's blowing a hoolie. All that's left for me to say is this is brought to you by TBTV. The hosts got off to a pretty quick start. This cross coming in from Luke Stone almost caused a bit of confusion in the SCR defence. Church continued to make the early run in. This cross coming in from Ben Satterley finds Max Wilcock, but his effort is held on by Michael Ecott in the SCR goal. In the visitors' first attack, Phil Page has a nice little flick and then passes it on to number 7, Ollie Twum. His powerful effort from the edge of the area is tipped over by Gunston Gray in the Christchurch goal. From the resulting corner, out the corner of my eye, I saw number 3 making this run. He tips it in, it gets cleared, but there's Phil Page again, smashing it home pretty smartly, and that puts SCR 1 up on 8 minutes. From this reverse angle, you can see what a good finish this was. He hits it on the volley, and it's past the keeper before he can even react. So there's a theme throughout the duration of these highlights, and I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to see whether you can spot it, and keep me on social media and all the comments. Following that foul on Twom, Page steps up again, and this time hits a low shot, trying to catch out Gunston Gray, but the keeper gathers easily. Despite SCR being one up, the match was a pretty even affair. If anything, Christchurch had the most of possession, but SCR looked more dangerous on the break. Christchurch came closest from this corner. Harvey Wright heading against the bar, and it's eventually cleared.
Close it down! Go on, Church! Better close it. Better close it down now. Another one coming in. Another one. Go, Phil.
As I mentioned earlier on, Christchurch were having a majority of the possession, but they weren't really creating any chances. Twom, on the other hand, was a constant threat down the left-hand side. It took a meticulously timed challenge from Brad Cherritt here to stop this particular attack. SCR's left was proving to be their most fruitful offering, and it was a good duel between Twom and Brad Cherritt at right back for Christchurch. Two good young players really going at it. As ever, Ron Frost's long throws were causing havoc in the opposition defence. This time it takes a header off the line from the SCR defender to keep the score 1-0. Another big throw and another Wilcock header forced the SCR keeper to perform a spectacular save. Let's have another look in slow motion.
Well, Luke. Look out! Close it now. It's in the minute.
This throw caused a bit of controversy in the crowd, and it's always nice when the opposition bring their own commentary team, particularly when they've got bionic eyesight.
You don't keep the goalie when he's down, you idiot! Tell you what, they should be walking there. He comes straight in and kicked the fucking goalkeeper when he was down. He wants dealing with. We've got to deal with that there. Clearly, strong with the down. Goalie's on the floor, he comes right. Well, Rossland went down to the ball. One of them clowns there come running in and try to kick back in Rossland. And he was down. You can't go coming in and kicking goalkeepers and get away with it.
Correct, you can't, but you can kick your own player. Anyway, back in the real world, we have Matt Neal latching onto a pass, putting a cross in, but again, it's well dealt with by Ecott in the SCR goal. Regular viewers will know I love a little back heel. There we go. That's a lovely little one from number 11, Carl Henry. Unfortunately, it comes to nothing, and the ref blows for half time. We go in Christchurch 0, Sutton Common Rovers 1. The pattern of the game in the second half pretty much followed the first half. It was really even. There was this effort for number 4, Darryl Sear. It went a bit high, a little bit wide, but it looked pretty spectacular on the slow-mo. There's a little spin and shot coming up here from Max Wilcock, but again this was kind of typical of the chances that Christchurch were creating. Nothing really clear cut. Now I'm not saying Ollie Twum's a hard nut, but it took 3 attempts to take him out. Right, that's enough of those fun and games. So Christchurch were battling away, trying to get back into the game. Probably the best chance they had in the second half fell here to Kyle Graham. But as with the chances beforehand, it wasn't clear cut and he didn't make clean contact. So regular viewers would have seen a bit of Lewis Gunston-Gray. He's one of the better keepers that I've seen personally, and here he didn't disappoint, off his line to thwart this attack when it looked more likely that a second goal was on its way. Strap yourselves in for a good old non-league goal scramble. Eventually the ball pops up invitingly for Adam Allen, and he does that. 2-0 to Sutton Common Rovers with 15 minutes left.
You've done that. Get up! Get up! Close it down! Okay, go, this time.
Now was about the time that the amount of injury time that had been added on by the referee was being questioned by the SCR fans around me. It doesn't take a genius to work out where that time came from. Anyway, down the other end, we're into injury time. Max Wilcock glances in from a few yards out. The referee gets a little bit excited with his whistle, and it's game on with just a few minutes left. 2-1. Unfortunately for Christchurch, this was just a signal for SCR to take the ball into the corners. We'd already been down in one corner, we had this in this corner, but the ref had seen enough. Blows his whistle, it's full time, and it finishes Christchurch 1, Sutton Rovers 2. Congratulations to the visitors, hope you enjoyed your trip to Dorset, and you all got home safely. And, of course, best of luck in the next round. As always, don't take my comments to heart. It's only done for entertainment. If you like what you see, get in touch on the socials and I'll come and do your game.